Welcome, everyone. Happy Thursday, or happy whatever day it is that you happen to be seeing this. To me, right now, it's Thursday. I hope you guys are doing well. It's definitely cooled off some here in Kentucky, and I couldn't be more thankful for that. It has been a scorcher. If you're in Arizona, you're probably like, in Kentucky, it's a scorcher, really? But it's been so hot. So I am glad you're here. I'm glad you made it to my video. We are going to talk about several different things tonight. Obviously, you guys already know one of the things we're going to talk about, and that is the record number of low starts to new construction for the year of 2023. So it's the slowest start in decades. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about something really fun for you guys to do with your dogs locally. If you're a pet lover, which if you follow me at all, you know that I am. We're going to talk about what's going on with the truck stop. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. So I hope that you are doing well. I hope that you join in on the conversation. It's a whole lot more fun when there's some back and forth. And yeah, I'm just really glad you are here. Let's go ahead and kick it right off. We are going to first talk about the big highlight of the entire video. We're going to kick it right off with that. And that is 2023 really is the slowest start for building permits, which of course tells us how many new homes are being built. It is the slowest start in decades, which really isn't surprising. So let's share this. All right, so here's what's going on. And you guys already kind of know, but I wanted to share some actual numbers with you. The housing market has slowed down in Owensboro. There is literally no way to deny that. Very slow start, and it has to do with the higher interest rates. Are the interest rates really super high? You got to be careful because it depends on who you're talking to. If you talk to somebody that bought a house back when it was 15, 16%, they're going to say these interest rates are nothing. But you guys, these interest rates are really high right now for anybody who has thought about buying in the last 3 or 4 years. They were hoping to get locked in the 3s and 4s, and here we are right now as we sit. Could change tomorrow, but right now we're in the high 6s, low 7s. So that's pretty high. That changes your payment quite a bit. So let's talk about the building permits and what has been going on. So local builders have only picked up 90 permits, building permits, the first 6 months of 2023. Well, that sounds like quite a bit for the Owensboro area, but let's talk about what has happened in the past years, the past recent years. So in 2022, now remember, in 2023, this year, so far, the first 6 months, there have only been 90 permits. In 2022, the first 6 months, there were 144. That's a big difference. In 2021, get this number, there were 194. Now we're going to take it back a few more years. 2018, there were 106. 2017, 103. Obviously, as soon as those interest rates climbed, we felt it in the current homes on the market. We have felt that hit as well. But the new construction, of course, interest rates impact them as well. That's what's going on there. I actually just talked to, on Sunday, I talked to one of my friends who's in insurance. He has his own insurance company. And I learned something from him. He shared with me that there are a lot of investors that he insures their homes. There's a lot of investors who are calling him right now and saying, cancel my insurance. I just offloaded that property. A lot of local investors are offloading their rental properties for some reason. So I don't know if it's because they're getting scared, and so they just want to go ahead and offload what they have so they have a cushion just in case it gets worse. I don't know if it's because maybe they're wanting to use that money to buy another property because maybe home values will come down. We are seeing a whole lot of price reductions right now. I don't think home values at this point are going down, but I think if this keeps up, I think we could possibly see that happening. So we'll just have to wait and see. I certainly don't want to predict anything because I don't know. None of us really know exactly what's going to happen. I do know that if interest rates come back down some, the housing market will pick up. So it really just depends on what the feds do with the interest rates. And right now, I'm getting a lot of questions from people. Why do you think the interest rate is so high? And I know what they're doing. They're trying to fix inflation with these higher interest rates. They're wanting to slow it down some to lower the inflation rate. I don't know that that's really going to happen. I'm not an economist, but I've read enough articles. I just don't know that that is the answer. It's certainly not helped it so far. So we will see what happens as far as that goes. So I'd love to know from you, what do you guys think about the new construction slowing down? Do you think that's a sign that we are headed for a crash? Do you think that's just normal because of the interest rates and it's just go with the flow? We'll be fine. We'll be corrected soon. Have you been thinking about building a home? There's one positive that came out of this, and that is there's so many people in the last couple of years who have wanted to build a new home, but they've had to wait a really long period of time before the builders could even get a start on their home. But now, depending on the company that you choose to build your home, now you could get started in as little as a few weeks, which is incredible if you were going to build anyway. So that's a positive in all of this. I am not afraid of a housing crash in our area. I don't think it's going to happen. But again, I'm usually pretty optimistic. So we will see how that affects us. All right. So along those lines of building, we also have a parade of homes coming up. And if you've been thinking about building, this is your time to get out there. It's not always easy to choose a builder. So if you guys decide that you want to build a home, obviously, unless you already know a builder that you know, like, and trust, and you've seen their work and that's exactly who you want to do your home, you want to meet with several builders. You want to get lots of quotes. What can they do? How good are they? You want to see their work. Well, if that is you, then last weekend is too late for you. It's already in the past, but this weekend it's going on again, the Parade of Homes. So Saturday, if you're available from 10 to 5, and Sunday from 1 to 5, the Parade of Homes is happening. You don't have to make an appointment. It is the perfect time to get out there. And even if you're not going to build a new home, you can walk through these homes. It's self-guided. You can walk through these homes and just get ideas on renovation. There are a lot of people who want to move, but because of the interest rates, they decided not to. And rather than buying new, they're just going to renovate their current home so that it's more appealing to them and it suits their family better. So what better time than to walk through these homes that are self-guided? They're open this weekend. Again, Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 1 to 5. Walk through these homes, take some notes, take some pictures. It's totally fine that you take pictures when you go through this. And if you've been thinking about building, you will have a chance to talk directly to every single builder or their employees of these homes. And that's awesome because it's really hard to nail down a builder and get an appointment with them in a decent amount of time. And you can get it all done in literally one day. Now, there's going to be a lot of people there. So if you're thinking about building, just be sure that you plan quite a bit of time at each of the homes because you may have to wait in line to talk to the builder. But I'm telling you, you are going to get so much done this weekend if that is you. There is also a map. Let me show that to you. This is the map. It's available online, but I just want to give you I guess I need to share it for you to see it, huh? This is the map that you will see if you go online. Just go to Parade of Homes, Owensboro 2023, and you'll find it. But this gives you kind of an overview of the homes that are taking part in the Parade of Homes. So it looks like we have 10 of them, and it shows you, it numbers on 1, 2, 3, 4 to 10, probably giving you the best route. But you go in whatever order you want. They should all be open during that time, but some of them start earlier and they close shop earlier, and some of them aren't open as early and they stay later. So be sure that if there's a specific home on this list that you're wanting to check out, that you go to that builder site and you just make sure that they're going to be open those hours. But generally speaking, Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 1 to 5. I would love to know, are any of you planning to go? Again, it's the perfect time. I think you'll be really impressed. I've been in a lot of these homes. I think you're going to be really impressed. And some of these homes are actually still available to purchase. Some of these homes were built for a specific buyer and they're already living in it, or they're getting ready to move into it and they're no longer available. But the homeowner has decided that they can allow the builder to go ahead and hold it open just so you can see their work and check it out. So that will be a good thing. So again, the map is available online for you to snag and plan your fun weekend. Okay, one thing that you do not know, unless you attended the city commissioner meeting, or if you happen to watch it online. At the city commissioner meeting this week, they talked about several different things, but one of the things that they talked about that I wanted to share, and it's very interesting to me if you live out in the county and you're thinking about doing any kind, like if you own commercial building, or if you're wanting to add some housing to that because you want to become an investor. Anyway, I want to share an ordinance with you that they are trying to propose. They're trying to propose an amendment to it. So I don't want to get it wrong. They've requested for an amendment to allow mixed use development like we see downtown Owensboro. So when you go down 2nd Street, many other streets as well, you will notice, let's just say the Creme. The Creme is a coffee shop, first level coffee shop. But if you go upstairs, it's a living quarters. They're wanting to right now in the county, that's not allowed in Daviess County. It's against the ordinances, but they're wanting to make an amendment so that things like that are allowed out in the county. Okay, so here it is. Currently in the county, mixed use development can have 2 dwelling units, either above or behind a commercial space. So you're limited to 2 out in the county. The amendment would increase it to 4 accessory dwelling units allowed. And this one's huge. This one opens up so much potential for somebody who wants to be a big time investor and make big changes out in the county. And if you have a minimum of 5,000 square feet of commercial space on the very first level, again, 5,000 square feet on the first level, then you have an unlimited, this amendment would allow it if it's passed. This amendment would allow that property owner to have as many, an unlimited amount of dwelling units in the rear of that commercial building or above, which is pretty cool because right now, like I said, we don't have that in Daviess County. So I think probably the reason this is just now coming up is because we have a lot of action going on over there by the truck stop, if you're familiar with Daviess County. So we have a lot of action going on over there. And so I have a feeling that they are going to want to start building some properties like there are downtown in that direction. I can see us growing out that way, in that way. So we will see what happens there. It's going to provide a lot of growth opportunities for our county, which is really exciting. We always want to see growth. I'm curious to see who's going to take part in this. So who is actually going to want to be an investor and sink money into projects like this? Hopefully it's not the same old people that we see over and over developing our city. I'm thankful for them, but I would love to see some new names. So we'll see what happens with that. I thought that was pretty interesting. I've not seen anything like that posted or shared anywhere, but I happen to be watching the commissioners meeting to see what's been going on. And I did learn that if you guys are interested in things that are going on in Owensboro, I highly recommend that you at least watch the replays. If you can't watch the commissioners meeting while it's going on, at least watch the replay so that you know what's going on. You can voice your opinion. You can attend those meetings. Those aren't closed meetings, so you can attend those. And yeah, I think it's important to be involved. Okay, speaking of that corridor, let's talk about this. I would love to know if you have heard of this. Now, there's been a lot of talk about Buc-ee's, and I've never been to Buc-ee's, okay? Never been, but it seems like a really cool place, and the next time I'm close to one, I definitely want to stop. But have you heard of hop shops. Hop shops. So our truck stop, I can't quit coughing, you guys. Our truck stop, which is Hawesway, out on Highway 60, that has recently been purchased. My throat is going to get the best of me. So this is the Highway 60 truck stop. They are rebuilding. The new owners are going to be rebuilding this plaza. They are demolishing it completely. There's absolutely nothing about it the way it is right now that's going to remain the same. It's all gone. The restaurant inside, gone. The entire building is going to be razed and gone. They're rebuilding another travel plaza. So it's going to remain the same type of service, but it's going to be called Hop Shops. And there are several, and they're all owned by these same people, which I think is pretty exciting. I mean, this property has been in the previous owner, so the folks who just sold it, it's been in that family since the 1880s. The property. Now, obviously, the truck stop hasn't been there that long. The truck stop has been there since 1983, but the property has been in the same family since the 1880s. So this is a pretty big deal that they sold this to these new owners. It's pretty exciting what they plan on doing. Again, we always need to be growing. So I think it's absolutely great. I can't wait to actually stop in there and see what the hype is all about. There are several already, like I said. So it's obviously something that's really popular and it works well for them. They did not plan on being in the business of, it's Valor Oil, of course. They didn't plan on being in the business of having stores like this, but the one they had ended up taking off and they decided to just keep going. So anyway, love it. Over the next year, the plan is for Valor Oil to also take over the operations of the Rio and the Lewisport travel plazas as well. So that's not happening just yet, but that is on the radar. And yeah, they plan on taking that over and probably making those hop shops too. So do you guys go to the truck stop very much? Do you stop in there? If so, are you glad to see this? Now, of course, a lot of you who go who have been going to the truck stop, nobody likes to see the family that's been there forever sell it. Like, none of us like to see that. We become like friends and family to those folks. I'm happy for them that they sold off. It sounds like it's exactly what they wanted to do. But it's always hard having to see new faces. But I am excited. It's going to be weird driving by there and not seeing the truck stop there until they're done once they demolish it. But I do think it's a great thing. All right. We have something really exciting that just happened. Just happened this week, as a matter of fact. And that is, if you live in the Owensboro area, you can now fly to Chicago very easily, very quickly. And actually, I did read that if you can book at least a week in advance, you can buy tickets. You can buy round trip, but you can buy a one-way ticket for as low as $69 if you can plan ahead a little bit. But you guys, I think this is exciting. It offers people coming from Chicago ease in getting in Owensboro. We may not be their final destination, but I really do think it opens up possibilities of bringing more people to Owensboro, which again, if you're not growing, you're dying. We always want to see growth. So I'm pretty excited. The last flights that we had were to Nashville and to St. Louis. Which are great places to go, but that flight did not go to Chicago at all. So pretty excited to see that and see what changes. There's going to be, you could go any day of the week. So if you need to go on a Thursday, you can fly out to Chicago on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It doesn't matter. All 7 days there are flights to and from. So we have, let's see. The first flight was actually on Tuesday. Today's Thursday. So just 2 days ago was the very first flight. And it's a 30-passenger jet, which is a major upgrade from the previous aircraft used by Cape Air. It's a total of an hour and 30-minute flight. You're not in the air that entire time, but it's an hour and 30-minute flight. Prior to this week, like I said, if you were flying out of Owensboro, you were either going to St. Louis or Nashville, but now you're going to Chicago. Another cool thing that you may not know about Contour. So Contour's who took over. Contour is an American Airlines interline partner. What does that mean? When you fly from Owensboro to Chicago, if you are flying American Airlines, and this is just a connection flight in Chicago, which it probably would be, if you're connecting, then you don't have to recheck your bags when you get to Chicago because they're related. That makes traveling really, really nice. I really think this is going to help us in growth. I'm excited. I've worked with several clients who have moved from the Chicago area to Owensboro, and every single one of those clients have been superb. I love them. I stay in touch with all of them. So bring us all of the people in that area, especially if they're like the clients that I've had. All right. The really, really fun thing that I'm looking forward to, I'm just so excited. And you guys might not think this is a big deal, but I'm sharing it because it's my channel. And if I want to share it, I can. I can make a big deal out of something, even if you don't think it's a big deal. Here it is. Gone to the dogs. What in the world is gone to the dogs? Well, one of our public pools, Compass Pool, their last day open to the public is this coming Sunday, August 6th. So instead of just closing up the pool and that be it, they are allowing man's best friend, which I have 4 dogs myself. I'm going to have to pick a dog or 2 that I have, and the other ones can't come because I can only handle so many. But we are going to go to this, and I am super pumped. They, according to their site, let's see. They are going to have contests, giveaways, prizes, and dogs gone out of the ordinary displays from local pet stores and veterinarians. Bring in a small bag of dry dog food, which will be donated to the Owensboro Humane Society and the Daviess County Animal Shelter. Be sure to fetch your favorite canine and join us for the hilarious event. Leash is required outside of the pool, so be safe. Keep everyone else safe. Will humans be allowed in the pool? Yes, you could swim with your dog. So I am pumped about it. $10 per dog, and the owner gets in free. Super, super excited about this. I would love to see you come with your puppies. Let's have a good time. It might be an absolute catastrophe with my dogs. None of them are well behaved whatsoever. But we are going, and I'm determined that we're going to have the best time. All right, let's see. What do we have going on over here? So Bob Moyer says, easier than flying out of Evansville. Yes, flying out of Owensboro is definitely going to be so much easier than driving to Evansville and flying out of there. However, I do like the Evansville Airport. They're pretty simple over that way. You're never that way, over that way. You're probably talking about the truck stop area, the Highway 60 area, I'm assuming. And yeah, because of real estate, of course, I'm traveling all of the roads. So it's, I'm out that way quite a bit. But yeah, I understand that's not a highly trafficked area right now. But with all of the growth, yes, Barb says, yep. With all of the growth that we're having out that way, I do think we're going to have so much more traffic. And have you guys seen Gateway Commons recently? The area where Hobby Lobby is? It is absolutely beautiful over that way. I am really excited about that. I'm excited about everything. There's so much in Owensboro to be excited about. So if you're considering moving to Owensboro, you are blessed. Owensboro is growing. Owensboro is beautiful. Owensboro is full of so many friendly people. I'm an Owensboro transplant. I'm not from Owensboro. I moved here in early 2015, and I have not looked back. Now, I do love my old hometown. Absolutely love it in Southern Indiana, but I can't say I miss it. And I think that's wonderful because that just speaks volumes to the kind of people that we have in Owensboro and in Daviess County. It's truly a special place. So if you're watching this and you're considering moving to Owensboro, maybe a job is bringing you here, I just want to say welcome. And once you visit, I really think you're going to fall in love. And there's actually one really, really cool place that is nearby that I think you would like. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. I did talk about that 2 weeks ago on the last episode, on the last show, but I want to share a little bit more about it because there is more news to share. Did you guys know, if you're not from here, if you're from here, you absolutely know. But now I'm talking to the people who are moving here or thinking about moving to the Owensboro area. Did you know that we have a really big amusement park close by? Like super, super close, like 30 minutes close. Holiday World and Splash and Safari. If you have not heard of them, you must look them up if you love amusement parks or water parks. So many people go to Holiday World just for the water park. They're not big into the dry park rides, but they love the water park. Let's talk about what they are getting new. So they teased us a couple weeks ago, and we kind of thought a boomerang coaster. Now they have spilled the beans, or spilled the gravy, should I say. Here is the announcement. So I love my friends at WBKR. So anytime I can share an article that they've written, I really, really like to do that. They have announced that so here's the cue. You can see this on the screen now. This is the package that they sent to their media partners to get them excited and give them a little teaser about what's coming to Holiday World. So that package is really, really cute. So I stopped the video right here just so that you can kind of see. It's a steel coaster. Now, I know that so many of you are like, a steel coaster. This is a family park. Why is it all about the coasters all of a sudden with Holiday World? But the really cool thing about this steel coaster is, I think it's really cool. First of all, it's going in the Thanksgiving section. As you guys know, and we talked about it on the last show, Holiday World means the world to me because that's where I started working at 14. So I know a whole lot about the place. But Holiday World is split up into holidays. And in the Thanksgiving section, there's already a roller coaster, the Voyage. It's a wooden coaster. And now they're going to have a steel coaster. They also have the Thunderbird. Now we're going to have a family steel coaster. So no longer do you have to be 48 inches tall to ride the coaster. This ride is going to allow anyone 38 inches or taller. So a minimum height requirement of 38 inches, and you can ride this ride. It's truly a family coaster. So here's some details about it. They're calling it, you guys listen, I love Holiday World. They are so cheesy. They've always been cheesy in how they do things. When Will Cook was still there and running the show, he loved making everything cheesy, and they continue to do it. They named this steel coaster Good Gravy. So that's really cute. You're actually going to be sitting in a gravy boat. It's not going to be a real thrill ride. Now, keep in mind, 38 inches gets you on this coaster, which is, and I don't have any kids, so I didn't know how old is that. And they're saying it's approximately a 3-year-old can get on this coaster. And when I first saw that, I was like, a 3-year-old is going to get on a steel coaster? How cool is that? Because there are so many adventurous kids. I remember when I worked there, the parents would get in line and the kid thought they could ride too. But once they got up to the train station, it was like, nope, can't ride, not too tall. And the whole family had to leave. And the kid was always so bummed. You would think the kid would be way too scared. So anyway, I digress. Kids, many, many kids can ride this coaster. So I think it's going to be a huge hit. They teased us a couple weeks ago about it being a boomerang, and it is. So when you get in this coaster, first of all, one thing that I love that they're doing, gets really, really hot. It's been really, really hot in Owensboro. When you're waiting in line, you are waiting inside an air-conditioned train station, which is wonderful. Thank you, Holiday World, for thinking about your guests in that way and making sure that they're comfortable and not grouchy. So you get to wait in the AC when you're waiting in line to ride. When you hop on, it first takes you backwards, and then it lets you go, and then you go through everything forward and then back to the station. So I think it's going to be a big hit. It's going to have a max speed of 37 miles an hour, which is pretty dang fast for a 3-year-old, I think. So we will see what happens. Are you guys, let's see. Yes, Joni, let's do this real quick. Joni says the pool sounds fun. Yes, that pool. I hope if you have a dog, I hope that you come to Compass Pool because it's going to be so much fun on Sunday. Bring your dog and $10 per dog. Please come. And she also said, what's your favorite part of Owensboro? Whew, okay, so what is my favorite part of Owensboro? I would probably, gosh, I have so many. My favorite part of Owensboro is probably all of the outdoor activities. So for instance, we have this 16.5 mile long green belt, which I love to roller skate on. My husband and I like to go ride bikes on it. Steve does too, but I spend a lot of time on the greenbelt. So I love that. I love the park. So Jack C. Fisher Park, Smothers Park, our riverfront, it's all so beautiful. If I could spend my entire life outside, I'm going to. I love the outdoors. I hate poison ivy. That's something that attacks me with a vengeance. And I don't like, and mosquitoes, I don't care for that either. So if you can get those two things out of the outdoors, then I would love everything about the outdoors. So anyway, the parks. So Smothers Park, Jack C. Fisher Park, Yellow Creek Park, Panther Park. It's, there's so many things. And then in the summertime, when you have the Friday after 5 downtown, everybody's hanging out, gathering, there's just so much to do. So I guess if I had to say one thing, it would be all the things that there are to do outside, whether you want to do it by yourself or if you want to be in good company and mingle with friends and make new friends. There's so many things. But besides that, if I had to say more, which I could, I would say the proximity to the bigger cities. So you can get to Bowling Green, you can get to Louisville, you can get to Indy, you can get to Lexington, you can get to Nashville, you can get to all these places fairly quickly. And Owensboro has everything you need, but it's still small enough to feel like family here. So I can go anywhere, Hobby Lobby, Walmart, Kroger. I could go into a coffee shop, and the chances of me knowing somebody is very, very high, which I love because I'm an extrovert. So I love a lot, Joni. I love a lot about Owensboro. I'm so glad you asked. All right. Well, that wraps up every single thing that I was going to talk about. I know that I flew through that, but I had so many things I wanted to talk about, and I didn't want to make this an hour-long show. However, I love that you guys joined in. I love that you're here. I really, really appreciate you being here. I love doing these. So if you have any suggestions of things you want me to talk about, I would love to hear from you. You can email me. If you are considering moving to the Owensboro area and you have questions about it, you want to talk to a realtor about possibly relocating, reach out to me. It would bless my soul to help you and welcome you to this city that I absolutely love. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday or whatever day it is that you're watching this. And we'll see you on the next one in about 2 weeks. See you there.